You guys. It's us. Oh my gosh, were you guys creeped out? Scott, were you super creeped out?
It was creepy.
Oh my gosh, it was so creepy. Oh my gosh, anything could have been under that little sheet thingy. But it's just us. It's, Scott's over there and Oreo Jr. is over here and you guys are over there and I'm right here, baby. Here we are for it's a super scary Saturday sleepover. We're here. Here we are. Okay, so for this one, it's special because it's October and I love to dress up because I feel like Halloween is not long enough. So we're gonna dress up for It's a Super Scary Saturday Sleepover. So I'm in my cat mask and we got Oreo Jr. He's a ghoul. I don't know what is this costume.
Pretty slick.
He's a mortician. That's what he's doing. And we're going to switch up the book. We're going to do one of my favorites from me being a child, Wait Till Helen Comes by Mary Downing Hahn. I think they not redid it, but I think they made it into like a movie, which is probably super creepy. Scott, did you read this book as a kid?
Never heard of
The
it.
hell is wrong with you, Scott? Are you prepared to be creeped out at least?
I'm prepared.
I hope you guys are prepared as well. And you guys let me know. Did you guys read this book as a kid? Like, were you creeped out by it? I read it. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here it goes, guys. You brought a church. That's how it starts off. Michael and I looked up from the pile of homework covering most of the kitchen table. I was in the middle of writing a poem for Mr. Pulowski's English class, and Michael was working his way happily through 20 math questions. Michael must be smart as hell because I never did math happily, ever. I hate math. Mom filled a kettle with water and put it on the stove. Her cheeks were pink from the March wind, and so was the tip of her nose. You and Molly will love it, she promised. It's exactly the sort of place Dave and I have been looking for all winter. There's a carriage house for him to use as a pottery workshop and a space in the choir loft for me to set up as a studio. It's perfect. Look, let me tell you something. Why are you negotiating with these little children, child? Let me tell you something. They can pay their own bills, but up until then, it's perfect as long as y'all are paying the bills. You and Dave, right? What say you, Scott?
Yeah.
That's what my mom would say. Just saying. But okay, let's listen to her explain to these children stuff that really don't matter because they're gonna move there regardless. Anyway, but how can we live in a church? Michael persisted, refusing to be won over by her enthusiasm. Girl, it don't matter because nothing else. Oh, it's not really a church anymore, Mom said. Some people from Philadelphia brought it last year and built an addition on the side for living quarters. They were going to set up an antique store in the actual church, but after doing all that work, they decided they didn't like living in the country after all. Girl, they didn't want that church. The lady probably didn't feel like cleaning up the whole church, dusting. It sound good, but it sounded like a lot of housekeeping. Just a lot of dust. It'd be wood and stuff. Just a lot of dust. It's out in the country? I frowned at the little cat I was doodling on the margins of my notebook paper. Mom smiled and gazed past me out our kitchen window and into Miss Overton's window directly across the alley. I had a feeling she was seeing herself standing in front of an easel working on one of her huge oil paintings, far away from what she called the soul killing life of the city. What you think, Scott? Scott may move me out of the city and into the country, didn't you, Scott?
I did.
Mm-hmm. It was like Green Acres. She had a maddening habit of drifting into her private world just when you needed her the most. That's called coping. Where is the church? I asked loudly. Where is it? Mom poured boiling water into her cup and added honey. It's in Hallwell, Maryland, not far from the mountains. It's beautiful, just beautiful. The perfect place for painting and potting. But what about Molly and Mia? What are we supposed to do while you and Dave paint and make pottery? Your homework, sir. Do that math. That's what I would say. You promised I could be in the enrichment program this summer, I said, thinking about the creative writing class I was planning to take. Will I still be able to? Yes. And what about the science club? Michael asked. I already signed up for it. Mr. Phillips is going to take us to the aquarium and the science center and even to the Smithsonian in Washington. Mom sighed and shook her head. I'm afraid you two will have to make other plans for the summer. We will be moving in June, and I can't possibly drive all the way back to Baltimore every day. But I've been looking forward to Science Club all year, Michael's voice rose. And I could tell he was trying hard not to cry. Remember when that was like the stuff you cried? I was kind of like not being able to go places. Sir, you gonna grow up and you gonna get bills and taxes and you gonna be worried about your job. Like, sir, you gonna have like enjoy them years, enjoy them precious moments. Cause sir, Lord Jesus, I wish that's all I had to worry about. Like, will I be able to go to science club this summer? Yes, honey. Yes. Just simple times. You'll have plenty of woods to explore, Mom said calmly. Just think about all the wildlife you can observe and the insects you can add to your collection. Why, the day Dave and I were out there, we saw a raccoon, a possum, a woodchuck, and a dozen of squirrels. Mom leaned across the table, smiling, hoping to convince Michael that he was going to love living in a church way out in the country, miles from Mr. Phillips and the science club. Michael was not easy to convince. Slumping down in his chair, he murmured, I'd rather stay in Baltimore, even if I can never see anything but cockroaches, pigeons, and rats. Period, Michael. Make your stand, baby. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Michael. Mom looked exasperated. You're 10 years old. Act like it. Girl, he is. As Michael opened his mouth to defend himself, Heather appeared in the kitchen doorway, responding, no doubt, to her built-in radar for detecting trouble. Here we go, right here. You ready, Scott? Because let me tell you what the title is. This little girl might need some therapy. This is the little girl in question, by the way, y'all.
Okay.
Now listen up, because here we go. This little girl cries. She needs some therapy, a therapist. Mom to Michael and then to me and back again to Mom. I imagine she was hoping to witness bloodshed, screams, a ghastly scene of domestic violence, period. Girl, you trying to see somebody get stomped out? Heather? You trying to see somebody get stomped out, Heather? Anyway, why Heather? I was wondering where you were. Mom turned to her, infusing her voice with enthusiasm again. Guess what? Your dad and I have found a new place for us to live, way out in the country. It's going to be like Green Acres. Won't that be fun? She gave Heather a dazzling Romper Room smile. Oh, remember Romper Room? Did you ever watch Romper? Did y'all watch Romper Room? When I was a kid, I loved it.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I knew about it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was all the gag. If y'all go look on YouTube, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you want to just like heal your inner child, have a good time like kids do, get some Romper Room, baby. Make you feel good. And reached out to embrace her with the skill of a cat. Heather sidestepped Mom's arms and peered out the kitchen window. Daddy's home. Hey, she announced without looking at us. Oh no, I forgot to put the crash roll in the oven, girl, because you was over there trying to convince them kids and forgetting what the mission was, girl. Gotta cook. What? You want a casserole?
Casserole takes a long time to cook, so now you're behind. Dad's not gonna be happy about that.
Uh-oh, there might be a domestic violence. See, Heather might get what she wants. Dad, it might be dad stomping some people out. Anyway, wait. Mom ran to the refrigerator and pulled out a concoction of eggplant, cheese, tomatoes, and bulgur. What's bulgur? Y'all know what that
I
is?
don't know. How's it spelled?
Bulgur.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Maybe that's Old Bay. They up in Baltimore. Maryland loves some Old Bay, child. So maybe it's Old Bay. I don't know. We'll just call it Old Bay. And shoved it in the oven just as Dave opened the back door, bringing a blast of cold March air into the room with him. Ooh, girl, get your sweater. After giving Mom a hug and a kiss, he swooped Heather up into his arms. How's my girl? He boomed. Heather twinned her arms possessively around his neck and smiled coyly. They were fighting, she said, darting a look at Michael and me. Dave glanced at Mom. She smiled and shook her head. We were just discussing our big move to the country. That's all. Nobody was fighting, Heather. Sound like a threat. Mom turned on the cold water and began rinsing lettuce leaves for a salad. I don't like it when they fight, Heather tightened her grip on Dave's neck. Come on, Michael. I stood up, started gathering my books and paper together. Let's finish our homework downstairs. Dinner will be ready in a half an hour. See, it don't take that long for the casserole. She said it's only a half an hour.
Okay.
Unless they like it half raw. Mom called after us as we started down the basement stairs. As soon as we were safely out of anybody's hearing range, I turned to Michael. What are we going to do? Like, girl, run away, I guess. Run away. What do you think they should do, Scott? What do y'all think they should do? Run away.
Probably be a good idea.
Go live in a school. Be like the boy from the Never Ending Story. He ran away. I forget. I think his parents were fighting, or maybe he didn't want to move and he ran away. So, and he was in the school. So maybe go to the school, run away, and go live in the school. Then you could go to your science club. He flopped down on the old couch in front of the television. Nothing. It's too late, Molly. They bought the church and we're moving there. Period. Girl, Michael might be the first one to ever say period. Period. He started a trend. Go off, Michael.
Said they bought a church.
Uh-huh.
And that's where they're gonna live.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Period. Grabbing a pillow, he tossed it across the room, narrowly missing one of Mom's paintings, a huge close-up of a sunflower. Why did she have to marry him? We were perfectly happy before he and Heather came along. I slumped beside them, nodding my head in agreement. They've ruined everything. Glancing at the stairs to make sure Heather hadn't sneaked down to spy on us, I said, if only Heather was a normal kid. She acts more like a 2-year-old than a 7-year-old. And she's mean. She tattles and lies and does everything she could do to get us in trouble with Dave. I would say something, but it's not nice. I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Why do they always take her side? Even Mom. Michael made a face. You know what Dave says. He keep making his voice sound deep and serious. He said, Heather is an unusually imaginative and sensitive child. Did you even know it was me talking?
I didn't. Thought it was Dave.
It could be. We don't know what Dave sounds like. And this is a high probability. This is what Dave sounds like. Okay. Let me do it again. And she has suffered a great loss. You and Molly must be patient with her. I groaned. How long can we feel sorry for her and be nice to her? Girl, you don't. You don't have to do it. I wouldn't. I know it must have been horrible to see her mother unalive in a fire. And this is where this little girl needs like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Is this how we're going? Wait, what? They jump in it real quick. Okay, here we go. Let's go back. And be too little to help. But she was only 3 years old. She should have gotten over it by now. Girl, what? She should have gotten over it by now, Michael. Like, girl, dust off watching your mama get burnt to death, girl. Move on.
People just got trouble with that.
Girl. How long? Okay, girl. Like, oh, and then you three, girl, grow up. Anyway, he nodded. Not him agreeing. If Dave would take her to a shrink, see, told you. I bet she would get better or something. Jesus. My friend Martin's little brother goes to some guy in Towson, and it helped him a lot. He plays with dolls and draws pictures and makes things out of clay. He need a little play therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Get Heather over there. I sighed. You know perfectly well what Dave thinks of shrinks, Michael. I heard him tell mom that all they do is mess up your head. That's what my dad be saying, or used to say. He passed away, but that's what my dad used to say. Like, they don't do nothing, they don't help nobody, they just keep you there. Michael got up and flipped the TV to Speed Racer. This book, oh honey. I mean, he has to get up and go touch the TV. Like, remember that, Scott? You get up and flick them channels. Yes, honey. This is old school. Wait till you hear some of the references. They got cassette players. Like, this is a throwback. Anyway. With one eye on the screen, he set about doing the rest of his math. Wow. I sat there doodling some cats instead of finishing my poem. After a few minutes, I nudged Michael. Do you remember that movie we saw on TV about the little girl who did horrible things to her enemies? Okay, girl. The Bad Seed. Yes, that was it. Well, sometimes I think Heather's like that girl Rhonda. Girl, you better sleep with your door locked. You better keep a knife under your pillow if that's what you think Heather out here doing. Suppose she burnt her mother up on purpose the way Rhonda burnt up the janitor. At 3. Sorry, I can't get it together. Sorry, y'all. At 3, we just setting people on fire.
I guess so.
We just making human candles at 3. That's what we doing now. And then we got to get over it by 7. She might need a little therapy too. Molly might need some therapy. Michael peered at me over the top of his glasses. You're crazy, Molly. No 3-year-old kid could do anything like that, period. Get her together. Michael, get her together, please. He was speaking to me as if he were a scientist explaining something to a child instead of a 10-year-old boy addressing his 12-year-old sister, who, I might add, is acting crazy as hell. So he probably do need to kind of pull you back into reality, babe. He doing the right thing. Realizing how ridiculous I sounded, I laughed and said, just kidding, but I really wasn't. This is why when people be saying they just kidding, I don't believe it. Because what made you think of that?
Yeah.
There was something about Heather that made me truly uncomfortable, no matter how hard I tried. I couldn't even like her, let alone love her as mom kept urging me to do. It was hard to feel pity or anything but dislike for her. You sure you ain't the little girl from Bad Seed? It wasn't as if I hadn't tried. When Heather was first moving in, I had done everything I could think of to be a good sister, but she made it clear that she wanted nothing to do with me. If I tried to comb her hair, she pulled away crying to mom that I was hurting her. If I offered to read to her, she would yawn after the first sentence or two and say the story was boring and dumb. Once I made the mistake of letting her play with my old Barbie dolls, the one I was saving for my children. Girl, who is... Okay. She is 12. She cut the hair off playing beauty parlor and ripped their best clothes. She even tore up a family of paper dolls I made for her, taking great pleasure in beheading them right in front of me. Baby, she is. Baby, she is the bad seed. Okay, I'll take that back. I stand corrected. Then she dropped them disdainfully in the trash can and walked out of the room. What would you have done, Scott? What would y'all have done if this happened to y'all? If y'all stepsister, you took the time out of your day to make her some paper dolls, and she decided, oh, I'm just gonna cut their heads off in front of you and just chunk them in the garbage. Just what would you do, Scott?
I'd probably just stop even paying attention to her.
That's it?
Man, what else am I gonna do? I can beat her up. Is that what you would do?
No, I would figure out some way to get her back though. Cause you're not gonna just be sitting up there doing all that foolishness and then cutting off my Barbie doll's hair. No, no. I would figure out some way to get her back. I wouldn't touch her. But all her books would be gone or something would be gone. But that's just me. What would you guys do? Put it in the comment section. I'm Petty. Sorry. Hi, my name is Petty. Thank you. What you guys got? Are you afraid of me now?
Maybe I should be.
Maybe you should. No, I'm kidding. Okay. To make it even worse, she told lies about Michael and I, making it sound as if we tormented her whenever we were alone with her. They believed her most of the time, and sometimes mom did too. In the 6 months that mom and Dave have been married, things have gotten very tense in our home. And as far as I can see, Heather was responsible for most of the bad feelings. And now we were moving to a little church in the country where there would be no escape from her all summer. It was any wonder that I was depressed. Wait, when did you say you were depressed before here?
Just telling you now.
Okay. Okay. Sometimes you got to keep checking in throughout the day. So I guess this is the point in the day where she says she's depressed. I glanced at Michael, still hard at work on his math. My own poem was almost obscured by the cats I had drawn all over the notebook paper. I stared at it sadly, no longer in the mood to continue writing about unicorns, rainbows, and castles in the sky. Tearing it out of my notebook, I crumpled into a ball and tossed it at Speed Racer as he zipped past in his little car. Then I began writing a poem about real life, something depressing, dealing with loneliness and unhappiness and misery of being misunderstood and unloved.
Oh.
We're going to conclude right there. I'm going to read a chapter a day. I'm going to try to do one every day, but I don't know how far that's going to go. A girl can try. What did you think? What did you guys think? What did you learn from chapter 1? What did you learn from chapter 1? Y'all can put it in the comments. We'll just push Scott into giving us an answer.
Well, we learned that that girl's going to be a little psychopath.
Yeah, she gonna be something else. She got some problems. I wouldn't let her play with Oreo Jr. That's for sure. Anything else? That's all you got?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Things should get interesting. The little chapel of ghouls.
Yeah, this little girl gonna be crazy. What I learned today from chapter 1 of Wait Till Helen Gets Home, or Wait Till Helen Comes. Sorry. Wait Till Helen Comes. You know what I learned? Childhood trauma will follow you right up until you fix it. So if you have habits that like you don't understand why you do it, or you just like, why the hell do I keep doing it? Check for the childhood. String that back. You know how they say follow the money? Follow the childhood. Follow the childhood. Don't just follow the money and the childhood. Hopefully you have some money in your childhood. Okay, period. But follow that childhood. I promise it will lead you to a lot of bad habits and things that, you need to figure out. That's all I got. You got anything, Oreo Jr.? He ain't got nothing. He's scared of Heather because she cutting off heads and stuff.
Yeah, scary thing.
She got some problems. Okay, well, you guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out. Make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe. We're gonna try to do this every day. We're gonna see how this goes. My schedule is my schedule. But with that, we want to bid you guys adieu. Thank you for coming by. So from wherever we are to wherever you are, peace and love and happiness. And we will see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your night. Here's my Oreo. Are you gonna